I don't ride bicycle anymore because ended up with osteoporosis, and I had to make a conscious decision that I had to stop riding my bike because the very next time that I came off the bike would be the last thing that I ever do because when your bone density gets low, you can't afford to take a flying leap off of a bike onto pavement. That would be the end of the end. So I had to stop riding my bike, which I hate because I loved riding my bike. I spent my lifetime riding bikes. I had a really nice ultralight bike that I've still got. I mean, it's in storage. And my motorcycle, which I had to part with for the exact same reason. I really miss two-wheeling, but my body just will not tolerate another fall. If you ride, you're going to fall. This is just the reality of it. When you ride a motorcycle, I don't even know if they tell this to people anymore because these days people who ride motorcycles, I don't think they learn from anybody. They just buy an e-bike and they're zipping around. But when I learned to ride motorcycle, the very first lesson they tell you is don't ever ask if. It's only a matter of when and how bad, which means that don't ever ponder if you're ever gonna come off the bike. It's not a question. You will come off the bike. So you got to be prepared. You got to wear the right gear. You got to always be ready every single day to hit the pavement. And when you ride a bicycle, I think everyone on bicycles, it's clear in the city that no one riding a bicycle in the city ever heard the rule that don't ever wonder if you're ever going to come flying off that bike. You will come flying off that bike. And the last time that I had a really bad wreck, it was, this was in the teens. I guess it was like 2015, 2014. We have railroad tracks and trolley tracks, lots of stuff on the roads in Philly. Not just potholes and crevasses and stuff, which are bad enough, but lots of trolleys and stuff. And often the tracks are above the road and easy to avoid. Other times they're sort of embedded in the road. And when you're riding on the road, you've got to be traversing these tracks and you got to cross over them, and it's tricky and everything. And there was one point in the teens where I wasn't paying attention for a split second, and I was going forward, and there were trolley tracks that were going forward, but they split off. There was a branch that split off and made a turn, and I was looking at traffic, and while I was looking at traffic, my front wheel fell into the recess of the trolley track that was turning, and it fell in and turned my wheel, and I was going full tilt through the intersection. I had the light. I was going through the intersection. I was looking for traffic. The wheel fell into the track and jerked like this, and my front wheel T-boned, and I went over the handlebars, and I messed myself really bad. I ended up in the hospital. It was pretty disgusting. I took the skin off my shoulder, and I had a road rash all down the left side of my body. I thought I broke my ribs. I think I cracked my ribs. But I had so much bruising and bleeding, I guess like internal bleeding from the fall, that I was actually sick for like 2 weeks. Actually sick. Just because, when you get like internal injuries, your body attacks the hemorrhaging like an infection. It's your immune system is reabsorbing all those blood cells and everything, and so basically it's like you're sick. Your liver's working and everything. Your immune system's working. I was basically laid up in bed for weeks, recovering from that. But I realized in retrospect that I can't be on two wheels. If I had that crash today, I would die in a hospital, because if I did that somersault off over the handlebars with this current conditioned body, I would have shattered many bones, probably broke my hip in half, probably broke a femur. I would have shattered my arm, and I would die in a hospital bed, which is what happens when your bones get thin. So I had to stop two-wheeling. But yeah, it's sad. I miss it a great deal. I miss the freedom of the ride. I miss biking. It's hard. It's like, I guess it's like old skateboarders. I was never a skate kid, but I, imagine like when skate kids get old, there's got to come a point where it's like you can't afford to, take another fall, and you just got to hang it up. But I feel that way about biking. I mean, it's just the motorcycle, the bicycle. It was in my DNA. It was such a part of me that it's been very hard walking around. And now, of course, bikes are my enemies because there's so many idiots on e-bikes that I've got to constantly avoid, and it's just a matter of time before one of them just collides into me on the sidewalk where it shouldn't be. And I've now become a permanent pedestrian. It's tough. It's tough. I love bikes, and I miss riding my bike, and I will mourn the loss of my cherished motorcycle for the rest of my life. I will miss the unimaginable freedom of the open road on two wheels. No windshield, simple seat, no fancy stuff, my stripped down chrome and black bike. I will miss that machine for the rest of my life. Yep. In the lab. That's where I work. In the lab. Go berserk. In my lab. That's where I work.